Kikuyu grass is loved by many because of its toughness, drought tolerance, cost-effectiveness, and vibrant green. But in my yard, it's the uninvited guest that overstayed its welcome and is even trying to take over my lawn. Although I was told by many that just accept my fate and let Kikuyu take over, even though I realize how hard this will be, I still don't want to accept defeat. My apologies to all the Kikuyu fans out there. I'm declaring war on it. Somehow, the Kikuyu slowly crept in, taking over a big area of my buffalo lawn. I went for the hand-pulling approach, hoping to save what's left. But as you can see, after pulling out most of the Kikuyu, the bare soil underneath is now exposed. Kikuyu is spread by stolons, rhizomes, and seeds. It has a much more extensive underground system than what you see above ground. So what can be seen is just the tip of the iceberg. Its rhizomes spread horizontally beneath the soil, creating a dense, resilient network. Hand-pulling may be effective for small areas of invasion, but Kikuyu often intertwines with the runners of buffalo, so hand-pulling will inevitably cause significant collateral damage, and it may promote more growth, so it's not a good strategy. My goal is to remove the Kikuyu while minimizing collateral damage, as I want to protect my Buffalograss as much as possible. It is widely believed that there isn't a selective herbicide that can eliminate Kikuyu while being relatively safe for Buffalograss. However, after some research, I've found that DSMA appears to be a proven effective option. But please be very cautious, as the A in DSMA stands for arsenic. Once it's applied, the arsenic stays in the soil. I don't believe arsenic can be completely gone. The element itself remains in the environment in some form. So, DSMA is not a viable option, as I don't want my children exposed to arsenic. Spot applying glyphosate is the smart way to tackle Kikuyu. Glyphosate works as a non-selective systemic herbicide, meaning it kills most types of plants by spreading throughout the plant system after application. So, in theory, it will kill Kikuyu's underground part too. Kikuyu grows like crazy when it's well watered. Let's keep the water flowing. Let it outgrow the buffalo. This will make it much easier to identify and remove. With the help of the watering and a few millimeters of rain, Kikuyu has stood out from buffalo extensively. Yes, I know, things look pretty grim, but this is exactly what I've been after. Just a few weeks back, I pulled out nearly all the Kikuyu by hand, enough to fill an entire bin. If it wasn't obvious before, it is now. Hand pulling just doesn't work. But now, during the peak growing season, as you can see, Kikuyu grows at a speed that's several times faster than my buffalo. Now is the perfect time for us to take action and remove the weeds with the precision of a surgeon. Sure, surgeon is a bit over the top, but you'd be surprised some of those doctor gadgets can work wonders. Injecting glyphosate directly into Kikuyu runners is a highly effective method. Kikuyu absorbs it internally, minimizing the risk of collateral damage. Moreover, applying glyphosate via injection minimizes the chances of it being washed off. However, this approach requires caution. Avoid injuring yourself with the syringe and be careful during the injection. Going too fast could cause the glyphosate to leak out and harm nearby plants. If glyphosate drips onto unintended spots, be sure to remove the grass leaves right away to minimize any potential side effects. Glyphosate is absorbed fairly quickly, so if a few minutes have passed, some of the herbicide might already have entered the plant's system. Make sure to do it slowly and gently. Only a tiny bit of glyphosate will do the trick. Please always keep the cap on when not injecting. Those needles are very fine and sharp. It turns out that injection is harder than it looks. Look, the grass isn't even moving. Respect to all the nurses and the doctors. If you feel the doctor's method is too tedious, I've got a primary school method that's easier and just as effective. Refillable paintbrushes might look like they belong in my kid's art kit, but they're absolute game changers when it comes to applying glyphosate. Dilute the glyphosate to the desired concentration, then load it into the brush for effortless application. You can mix glyphosate with water in a 1:1 or 1:2 ratio. Adding a small amount of dish soap as a surfactant is an option. Just squeeze lightly and you're good to go. Unlike traditional brushes that constantly need dipping, they prevent glyphosate from dripping onto other plants and causing unintended damage. For Kikuyu that grows horizontally, we can use skewers and ties to hold it upright to avoid contact with buffalo. Gently paint the glyphosate onto the weed's leaves. No need to be an artist. A quick swipe is more than enough to eliminate them. At least that's what it can do to my buffalo. Yes, this is a reflective umbrella for photography, but despite being reflective, it can absolutely be used as a regular umbrella. Plus, it's extra large, making it perfect for outdoor use and providing excellent sun protection. Even though I wasn't exposed to the sun for long, I still managed to get a bit sunburnt. For those ones that are less likely to interfere with buffalo, just leave a mark after applying glyphosate, so you know which ones are treated. Well, after a few afternoons of epic battles, I've taken care of most of the weeds. Sure, I probably missed a few stragglers, but that's fine. Since a lot of the Kikuyu are all tangled up in one big system, there's a good chance the ones I didn't hit with glyphosate will still bite the dust. But come to think of it, apart from burnt skin, sore legs, a broken back, and losing my sanity a few times, it was only 2 or 3 afternoons, and I saved my lawn. That's a small price to pay. By day 3, the Kikuyu was looking a bit less cheerful. The color has started to differ from the buffalograss. The Kikuyu is definitely dying, but on the other hand, the buffalo looks almost untouched, still as lush and green as ever. After 6 days, I can safely say the Kikuyu isn't just a little upset anymore. It's definitely on its way out. I'm not sure what's happening with the roots and runners, but I'd bet they're not doing too well either. At the same time, I've observed that my buffalograss is doing just fine. Everything seems to be unfolding exactly as we intended. I'm certain I've missed a few spots of Kikuyu, but that's no problem. We'll just repeat the steps again. I'm sure I'll need to do this a few more times, but each time will definitely be easier than the last. Due to a series of upcoming weather-related factors, I had to mow the lawn on the 8th day. The results are clear. The lawn looks significantly cleaner. While some dead Kikuyu may still need to be removed manually, I'm confident enough to officially declare victory. We might dream of a knockout win, but this is more of a submission victory. Kikuyu is a tough rival, and especially on buffalograss, a KO is nearly impossible. You can conquer it if you're willing to roll up your sleeves and add a little patience to the mix before Kikuyu eats up your entire lawn. Even if you're facing 1,000 of them, dedicating just 15 minutes a day to wipe 20 of them out means you'll win the battle in under 2 months. Much like in life, when we set reasonable expectations and stay the course, triumph often arrives quietly, almost unnoticed. Thanks for watching.